Kakao mieszamy pałeczkami metodą wirową. Jedyny prawdziwy sposób na zoptymalizowanie smaku kakao na poziomie molekularnym.
Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, cacao with reishi mushrooms. Yeah, you heard that right. I am going caffeine free for the month of July, my summer shred. So let's try this. I like it. It reminds me of hot chocolate that's not sweetened. It's got the mushrooms in it, which are nootropic, good for the mind. It also has cinnamon and cardamom in it as well. You heard me talking. You had to come over and get some loving from Daddy, huh? Good boy. Hope you had a good week. Did you tune into the broadcast last night? I need to edit it, trim it a little bit. Probably one of my better teachings. I read an article called "What the Hell is Old Man Strength Anyways?" Urban Dictionary defines old man strength as the uncanny ability of older men to lift copious amounts of lumber, heavy furniture, and beat their sons in arm wrestling. It's a pretty accurate definition. Oftentimes it seems like older men, who one might figure would be well on their way to old guy status, possess impressive, almost inhuman strength. I'll put a link to that article down below. You'll enjoy it. A lot of people have asked who does the song at the end of my videos recently. His name is Jonas, also known as Jay Spitta. He is the nephew of the guy that owns the scooter company that I promote in Miami. And I'll put some of his videos down below. You'll really like him. He's a young man, and his music is most definitely addictive. If you didn't get my email on how to lose weight fast, let me know. Just DM me, gb@georgebruno.com, and I'll put you on the mailing list. A lot of people are going to lose weight during the month of July and August as a result of this email. I'd like to see you drop a few pounds, even if it's 5 pounds. Everybody can lose, or I should say most people can lose a few pounds and benefit from that. So I will put you on that mailing list, and I will reply with the actual email itself, the text of the newsletter. There's no quicker way to demoralize people than to make everything political. You ever notice everything is political? Even like entertainment, sports, got political, got stupid. So now everybody needs to deprogram themselves. It's your responsibility to deprogram yourself and then reprogram yourself, reinvent yourself. Because what's happening is they're making everybody the same. You want to be a weirdo? Stop watching TV. Stop taking in the messages, the approved messages of this world. You'll be different just by doing that alone. You don't have to do anything except turn off the TV. In the same way that you can be your own worst enemy, and many of us have had periods of time where we are our own worst enemy, when you get your crap together, you can be your own best friend and your own best marketing. Your story, your ascent from failure can be inspirational to others. I love this blessing that I gave my Gab audience the other day. May your workday go by fast, and may that side hustle prosper. Unless, of course, your side hustle is now your main hustle, so let the positive cash flow begin. Positive cash flow. You have more money coming in than going out. Figure out how much money is going out every day. Not just every week, every month, every day. And can you beat that? Can you bring in more money than what's going out? That's positive cash flow. Can you make 1 penny more, $1 more, $100 more than what you are putting out? It's a good challenge. I will be doing the Daybreak Show on probably several subscription sites, starting with Patreon. Other people have said Locals, some have said Subscribestar. I'm not sure which one is the best, but I know which one isn't working for me, and that's this one. Although I am thankful that this one exists, and I would not know you, you would not know me if it wasn't for this one. But I think it's time to expand. So there will be minimal stuff on this channel, the Daybreak Show on Fridays. I need to bring it back 5 days a week. That's where my heart is, and that's what I'll be doing soon. Let me ask you this. What is the biggest obstacle that you have that's keeping you from completely reinventing yourself? Just DM me. For those of you that don't know what DM means, that means direct message. Just message me. What is the biggest obstacle you have that's keeping you from completely reinventing yourself? I had a pizza joint this week tell me that there's a wing shortage because I'm doing my summer shred, so I just wanted wings. I wanted hot wings. And I said, I'd like to get a dozen hot wings. Or no, I said, what are your sizes of hot wings? Because the menu said like 12, 20, 50, 100 wings. And the answer was, everything's changed. He says, we have 10 wings for $15.95 because there's a wing shortage. I'm like, a wing shortage? What's going on with that? He said a box of frozen wings that he would get from, the restaurant supply, food supply company, used to be $47 or something like that. Now it's $357. That much. And they had to adjust their prices. So you just can't get, 10, 12 wings for $6, $7, $8 anymore. It literally went up. It was crazy. And I said, what do you think that is? And he goes, I know exactly what it is. He says, the government has paid people to stay home, and they're making more money by staying home than they are by working. So it's the poultry processing plants that are unable to keep up with the orders. Pretty darn interesting, isn't it? Good job, government. Good job. Did you read the scary stories that I wrote? I'll put a link for them down below. I wrote a series of ghost stories, an anthology. You might like them. And the stories don't always end up in a nice, neat little package. Sometimes the bad guys win. Take a look at this picture that was given to me by a client, Lance. He put it in a frame and gave it to me as a gift. I thought it was interesting. How many figures can you identify? I thought it was funny. One of my comments on this was, this picture gives new meaning to the phrase, hairy eyeball. When someone gives you the hairy eyeball? With you, I'm not shy to show the way I feel. With you, I might try my secrets to reveal. For you are a magnet and I am steel. Walter Egan, 1978. Great song. Well, as you know, I don't focus on women like every other man channel. It's a man's responsibility to manage himself, not women. You don't manage women. You lead them. That's something that the other man channels fail to understand. You lead a woman. You manage what you have control over, which is what? You. And that's that. So every man on these channels is an expert on female nature, but clueless as to their own nature. Way too much time is wasted on the speculation of female nature. Figure out your own mind, your own behavior patterns, past and current, and you'll be fine. Don't fall into this armchair psychologist trap. It's a waste of time. The world will eat you alive if you focus on anything but yourself. Everything else is a distraction. and mental masturbation. Don't forget that. Here's a pop quiz for you. Name the difference between inherent, innate, and intrinsic. Put your answer down below. As I said in an email this week, all men have had relationship dysfunction sometime in their lives. Everyone's had heartache. Most of that comes from not taking the lead, exhibiting weakness, and caving into life's problems. Things that all men are guilty of, including myself. How we handle problems is what women look at and judge you by. It's what the world judges you by. What did you learn from that failed relationship? If all you can do is blame the woman for your failed marriage, if all you can do is blame her, you still have some growing to do. And it might take years for that to happen. Every man has had heartache, and every man, believe it or not, played a role in that heartache, somehow, some way. I've always loved the phrase, "a little bird told me." Do you know that phrase, "a little bird told me"? You know, when you have information but you don't want to disclose the source of it, or you have inside information and someone says to you, "Well, how do you know that? Who told you?" And you say, "Well, let's just say a little bird told me." I don't know how far that goes back, but I remember even my grandmother saying that. "A little bird told me." Have you ever heard that before? One can go on and say whatever they want when it comes to intergender relationships. The only thing a person really wants to hear is this: I want to complement your life, not complicate it. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you next week on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
She says every time I'm showing her, she says, it's going to make it look like we're lost. We're not lost. What? What?
Well, just look where we are back.
And I cruise down the street like a free rider. New shoes on my feet like a free rider. And I move to the beat like a free rider. And I scoot through the week like a free rider. And I scoot through the week like a free rider. Got my new shoes on my feet like a free rider. And I move to the beat like a free rider. Yeah, and I scoot through the week like a free rider. Like a free rider. Like a free rider. Like a free rider. Like a free rider.